What's good, world? MIAB back with another MMA video. You already know the word. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you ain't new here, get somebody else to subscribe so we can get this channel popping. And I won't have to pull up and pop you. So, crazy weekend. I won't even lie. I'm actually surprised how good the card went. Because, you know, sometimes they be having good cards. Again, UFC. They'll have good cards, and then they won't go as planned. But it felt like every fight was just... I was proud. But that was only one card out of the whole year. And we still got, we got 6 months to finish the year. So hopefully they can manage to work out something to top that. Because last year it was like the whole Noche event was supposed to be the thing that topped it. This year there's like Canelo and Crawford. Which I don't know why they're talking about that in the UFC event. But it's almost like they know they're dry right now, so they got to promote something. Understandable. Maybe Dana's busy. I don't know how that works. What I got here? I got Ilya had an insane knockout over Charles. It was literally when he hit Charles, it almost looked like he hit a truck. Like Charles got hit by a truck. Ilya is a problem. That little man is a problem. And I know that I picked Charles to win, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was going off hope and pray. I was praying he won. But if you're a real fan here, you know on my original videos, when I talked about this fight, I explained to you how Ilya was going to win and it was going to be easy. But we won't talk about it. I won't even talk about it. Pick Charles and look how it goes. That's why I don't make these picks with my heart. I make them with everything I know. And I already knew. I knew Ilya was coming out here to just destroy him. There was just no possible way that Ilya couldn't. If Charles was just... I thought Charles would try not to play into what he wanted him to do. But instead, it seems like fighters train and they go right into what their opponent wants them to do. And most of the time it doesn't make sense. It's like, again, whatever. Ilya knew it. Ilya said, I'm going to knock out Charles in the first round because he's not going to have to go looking for him. And he was right. So, we got to give it to Ilya there. Can't be mad at that. Like I said before, he is who I say he is. He is who he said he was. Or he didn't say it, but I said it before, so this is who he is. And he is the legend killer. And that is Ilya Topuria. And I keep saying it. And, man, as much as I am an Islam fan, he's the one. Ilya is the one. And people better be scared. And what was I going to say? Before I go there, I wanted to say that this man himself has about, what is it, like... He has like 3 divisions hot right now. He went and got Alec Volkanovski's division hot, and like leaving it hot. He got Marab's division hot because while at the same time Marab's killing shit, they're also close and they're also from the same place. Then at the same time, he's in his division while he has Islam ditching him because he's too scared to fight him, so that hypes up a whole nother division. Because of Ilya, 4 divisions got hype right now. And I don't know if anybody else realizes that, but it all like trickles down to this weird effect. And who the fuck let Paddy Pimblett in the cage? I want the fight. I really do. I want that Ilya and Paddy fight so bad, but I don't want it at the cost if we're going to rush it. Ilya needs to defend the belt one more time. Paddy needs to fight one more time. Armin needs to fight one more time. And then we get the Paddy fight. It has to, things have to line up, bro. I feel like people get to the rank 7, 8, 6, and people start trying to rush them to the belt. If you clear the top 5 division, you show you are ready and a contender and willing to go against mostly every style in that division to get to that point. And it's not only beneficial towards yourself, it's beneficial towards your career when they go and they say he done already wiped out everybody on the way there. Wee. Alright. So it's like, don't rush Paddy into some bullshit and go and trying to get him knocked out because you want to rush and prove a fight. That's so dumb. Like I was saying, because I'm doing this all in one video now. I'm not going to do these 20-minute videos anymore. And then I'm just going to get them clipped up and, do the thing. Armin still needs to fight. If they throw Armin into the belt after complaining and saying that he wasn't blah, 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 oh, we got to earn it, and now we're going to throw him back into the belt, that doesn't make no sense. That's just so disrespectful. Like, the UFC be doing disrespectful ass shit. Just to give you what you want, but when they say it, not when you say it. It's crazy. Back to what I was saying. Armin is like the he's like the book. Does he not the book? It got the front and the back. Armin is the pages right now for that division. There is no story without those pages, and we got to find out who he is. So he needs to fight one more person, and he needs to get to the belt and lose to Ilya already. And then we see the Paddy fight. It just has to make sense in order for it to make sense. If it makes sense. If you're a real fan, then you know that it creates momentum when you're on a win streak and you actually have a good history of the people you're beating, not just some trash can bums, because then nobody knows who the hell you really are. It's like Armin's rushing it and he wants to get you to this point so fast. He wants to prove he can make weight, but prove it in a fucking fight. Go fight somebody else and prove that I can make it to a fight. Not, I'm going to keep rushing until I get to the belt because that's just what I want to do because I'm a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Armin and Justin. They both want the belt or else. What do you mean? But you guys better fight each other for that fucking belt. But since nobody wanted to make the call, I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Since Armin didn't want to say, give me this person so I could get to the belt next, and Justin didn't want to say, give me this person so I'll get to the next, Dana said, we're going to put Justin versus Paddy. Now, we're going to see if Justin really wants it, and we're going to see if Paddy, the baddie, the fatty, and sometimes the saddie, is ready to verse Ilya, the matador. It makes sense. But then again, Justin is not a good fight for Paddy. Paddy's going to run right through Justin. And even if Justin gets lucky and gets the knockout against Paddy, who's to say he could beat Ilya? And again, it would be a striker versus striker's battle, but once the chin goes, you already know. It's just that simple. It's just like you can't rewrite the book. And once fighters get to a certain age and a certain time they've been knocked down, all of that, it's never the same after that. John Jones retired. Wanted to talk about it. I'm going to make this one quick because I done spent the whole year trying to tell y'all that he was either going to fight and beat Tom or he was going to waste as much time as he could, get Tom tired, get him bored, get him all this stuff, and then retire. Not because he wanted to, but because him and the UFC benefit off him just being there. He just attracts way more money than Tom. Who the hell is Tom Aspinall? Now,
unknown caller.
So before, I was rudely interrupted by that phone call. I was saying who the fuck was Tom Aspinall. I realized I was bugging because that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, what the fuck is Tom Aspinall solo compared to, just like this up in the air fight of one of the biggest fights in heavyweight history against the GOAT. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, why not let Jones do whatever he did as a business and then just capitalize off it in the end and still have Tom do whatever we want him to do anyway because he's going to do whatever we told him to do anyway. So, again, it's not whose time, because I respect all fighters. I respect what they do because they're going in there and they put their lives on the line because, again, after a few hits in the head, you get knocked around a few times, you still ain't the same person after a few years. And that's not only why I respect them. Any man that goes in there and does that should deserve it, even if it's an ounce of respect, if you ain't doing it, especially. So, So Justin versus Patty was leaked. I think I talked about that, but Dricus Du Plessis, the Drunken Master, I'm gonna keep calling him that until that nickname hits. The Drunken Master, Dricus Du Plessis, has leaked the fight of Justin versus Patty, and I couldn't be more happier because either Justin's with it or Patty's coming for Illy. Either way, this is a good little lineup right there. I respect that one. Now, what I respect more is this. The most important part in the ending to this video, long video of me talking about a bunch of crap. But I'm going to clip it up anyway, so the only way you're really going to see this is if you go and you really watch it. Alexander Pantoja is finally ranked top 5 in the pound for pound ranking. The fact that it took so damn long is almost disrespectful. But I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to talk shit because, again, we are here now. He's finally got it. Now I hope everything he does after this should solidify him, just even if he never wants to leave his weight, because we already know he's never going to go fight MIAB. Like, I mean, he should try, and they should capitalize off the money, but he's not going to do that. I don't know why, but he's not going to do that. But he deserves this. Again, I always, and I will never not say this, any person who is a champion and is defending their belt should deserve so much more respect than anybody who's holding the belt one time on that pound for pound ranking. And it's just how it should be. If we respect the sport, we respect we're not going off hype, and we're going based off what they're actually doing in the fucking sport. So the pound for pound rankings would look a lot different if we were actually going by skill, not hype. But who am I, right? Who the fuck is MIAB? Maybe one day I'll be somebody. Right, Papa? Nah, I'm just kidding. Appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Again, I hate everybody. I hate everything. I hate the UFC. I hate you. But still hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Sheesh.